talk about the cards you're going to want to have for the new Blue Eyes Structure deck. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. We're going to start off over here with some of the basic ideas you can start off with. So Lordly Load and the normal monster bash. It gives you Drill Beam, it gives you Tremors, gives you the ability to bring out all these cool cards. And by far, it has shown the most results out of the OCG variants. Actually, it's been the only variant that's shown up in the OCG because the Primite stuff just ups the consistency of this deck a lot. And I think that in the most competitive sense, that it is going to be the best variant to kind of kick things off with. Now, you are not limited to playing this build. This is the most competitive build, and I want to rephrase that. If you are looking at playing competitively, the Primite stuff is going to be the package that you are going to want to go with. Now, there are some alternatives, and the next one is going to be the more pure-ish Blue Eyes deck. Now, this would involve playing things like Bingo Machine. This is going to involve, I would say, like Blue Eyes Alternative, more of the standard anime character build. I do not think that playing Blue Eyes Alternative is good right now. I think maybe picking up some bingo machines and trying to compensate for a no Lordly Load package, maybe a little bit more of an emphasis on a rank 8 package would get you some places. Kind of straight out of the box, there is an idea for that. So I just wanted to put that out there that you can use some of the already existing Blue Eyes cards to modify the deck slightly out of the box to get yourself to a point that you might feel slightly more comfortable with. Just keep in mind, you know, Alternative is a little bit more limited in its modern era functionality, and that's that leaves a little bit to be desired. And then, of course, there is the I'm super rich, I got a Dragon Master Magia build, aka you can also play test this with your friends on tabletop if you are more of a casual player and you just want to print out a piece of paper and play with it. For friends, this is 100% and one of the other builds to go. This also involves playing the Chaos Max as well. Gives you, once again, I mean, you can also pick up some of the aspects of the pure build and adapt them into this as well. All right, it's just you're looking at playing the Dragon Master Magia as the large negate wave and so forth. Now, there's still an expectation that Dragon Master Magia will be reprinted, so this will also kind of come back to, you know, post Blue Eyes deck, you know, an idea of where you want to go with this. So you've got 3 decks. You got super competitive middle range and the more casual side of things, which I think it's good that you have a baseline for those 3 decks and a little bit of an idea what is each going to involve. All right, now, starting off over here with the Stardust Cypher Dragon and the Crimson Dragon. So, your new Blue Eyes monster is a level 12, your new Synchro, which opens up the really cool door to some of the cool things that we can do. So we actually get to play the good old Crimson Dragon to bounce off of the level 12 to make Stardust Cypher Dragon. Now, why do we care about a Stardust monster in our Blue Eyes deck? Well, couple things. It's basically a giant, huge negate, and it has a nice line of text on it that says each turn, the first time your cards will be destroyed, they are not. Well, okay, so that prevents my my Spirit Dragon from actually blowing up my big level 12 Blue Eyes monster because now it has a protection once per turn. Also, your True Light in the back row is now a little bit more protected as well. I've seen a lot of builds kind of cutting the whole Stardust Cypher thing, but I personally have still been playing it. If you can get the 2 Spirit Dragons set up going into the opponent's turn, the Stardust Cypher becomes a huge asset for you. Now, this one's relatively easy. Lightstorm Dragon. This is actually a common out of Supreme Darkness and is going to be one of the easiest cards for you to pick up. But this card is actually a monster. There are so many broken things that you're going to be able to do with Lightstorm. But the main thing is it clears out back row for you up to the number of normal monsters in your graveyard +1. So you can pop potentially 2 back row with this thing. And I know a lot of people are like, so this makes our back row matchup even better. Yes, it does. I really have to tell you that Lightstorm Dragon is actually kind of a major godsend for this deck. It was a very nice extra wave of support that they actually managed to fit into the set, which actually kind of helped out Blue Eyes in a way that I don't think Blue Eyes players were really kind of expecting. So yes, you do need to get a copy of Lightstorm Dragon because this card changes the way that this deck plays. Vermillion Dragon Mech. Now this is a personal tech choice of mine. Keep in mind that Mr. Vermillion Dragon Mech is a tuner plus one or more non-tuner, and you can banish a tuner from your hand, graveyard, or face up on the field, target one card on the field, and destroy it. And if it is destroyed while it was sync or summoned, sends the graveyard, target one of your banished tuner monsters and add it to your hand. So you can actually banish a Sage, and then you can recur back that Sage off of this, which is actually kind of a cool tech choice. I don't think a lot of people have really thought about that. But it is actually a really good thing, and also it is level 9, so you could make this super easily. But a lot of builds don't even choose to look at this, especially in the OCG. They'd rather make Baron to floor with 2 tuners, which understandably so. But I'd rather convert a Blue Eyes and this into an actual answerable way to find a way to clear a field. It works. It might not be the best solution that you're looking for, but I think that Vermillion Dragon Mech definitely is going to be a good utility resource. Heavenly Spheres. Now, the thing that you care about with Spheres is it has a very nice line of text on the card. Basically, it's a free bounce, and it summons a Blue Eyes from the deck. Now, why is that important? Well, you have some very nasty link monsters in your deck that like to basically lock you on in to dragons. So the way that this ends up working is you are going to basically be using Spheres as a defensive option and as a way to maybe unlock yourself from dragons. It doesn't come up all that much, but it's one of those cool little things that you do need to be thinking about out here. Heavenly Spheres does major work in this deck. There's a consideration for if you want more than one of it. I have seen some builds actually exploring the option of wanting more than 1 Spheres in the deck. I've seen a lot of 2-ofs instead of like an SP Little Knight or something like that. Dominus Purge. Now this is kind of the DLC, as we're going to call it. If you're looking at Dominus Purge, that means that you're very confident in the deck. You're looking at extending out the hand trap package to get more competitively. I have played Dominus Purge in the deck. There is an argument to push it into the side, but it does give you 3 extra hand traps to be answering any of those problematic cards that your opponent might be trying to throw at you. And I think that is really worth it in and itself. Also, it can pop. All right, it can pop. It's a good card. I don't think a lot of people really want to rush out and spend the money on Dominus Purges, which is fine. I think that kind of going forward, though, that they are a massive, massive help to how this deck wants to play its strategy game, and just offering the duelist an extra 3 cards as a solution to try to help it out, which can be good. Ty-Phon. So this should be a major note for anybody out here looking at wanting to play Blue Eyes as a whole. There will be a lot of times where your opponent will have enough hand traps to keep you kind of on lock. Or your opponent's going to make a monster, it's going to be an issue. You're going to have to kind of rely on Ty-Phon kind of as this card to kind of get you out of this bad situation. And I understand that Ty-Phon might not be an amazing card that you're going to want to look at, because I kind of put this in the DLC category as well. But I think it is an important card to have in the extra deck, especially since Blue Eyes kind of has all of this extra room out here to kind of tech itself out and actually make those choices for, what it needs to be looking at for its extra good stuff. So this is one utility option that I don't think that you can really pass up. And then we have rarity upgrades. So True Light, the field spell, ultimate sages are coming here. Getting a higher rarity of the Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. These are all cards that will already be in the deck, but a lot of people are going to be looking at those higher rarity upgrade cards. True Light's one that I think you can actually splurge a little bit and pick up because it's a one-of in the deck. You don't really have to, feel too bad about upgrading, to a higher rarity for that. So this is everything that I would kind of keep an eye on for Blue Eyes kind of going forward, depending on which build you choose to go with. Just some of the finer extra deck points in here, but I think you've got the gist of it. So please, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.